You know that feeling when you look at your debts? That sinking pit in your stomach. That overwhelming, paralyzing weight. You tell yourself, just be smart. Pay the highest interest first. But then you stall. You make minimums, and the mountain never shrinks. And no, there's nothing wrong with you. You're not lazy. You're not financially incompetent. Your brain is simply trying to survive. It's wired in a way that often conflicts with textbook financial advice. This isn't about willpower. This is about understanding your own operating system. The problem isn't just the debt itself. It's the mental war it wages. You start strong, determined to crush those credit cards. Then you see the total. It feels endless. You try to optimize, switching between student loans and car payments. Soon, you're just making minimums. You feel stuck. Society screams, be rational, follow the math. They say, just focus on the numbers. But that advice often fails. Why? Because you're human, not a calculator. You're built for action, for progress, for tangible wins, not abstract percentages. This isn't a failure of discipline. It's a fundamental misunderstanding of human psychology. You're not alone in this struggle. Many feel the exact same way. Here's what's really happening inside your head. Here's what's happening in your brain. When you're facing a massive abstract debt, your brain responds to it like a threat. Your amygdala, that ancient alarm system, goes into overdrive. It floods your system with cortisol, the stress hormone. This leads to anxiety, avoidance, and even paralysis. It makes rational thought incredibly difficult. You literally cannot think clearly. But here's where it gets interesting. When you pay off a small debt, something magical happens. Your brain releases dopamine. This is your reward chemical. It's a powerful motivator. It tells your brain, hey, that felt good, do it again. This isn't just anecdotal. A 2023 study from Stanford University found that completing small, tangible tasks significantly boosts dopamine levels by up to 28%. This effect creates a powerful positive feedback loop. It reinforces the behavior. Conversely, a high making becomes fatigued. It gets overwhelmed by the complexity. It craves simplicity. It needs that feeling of victory. This is why the debt snowball method, paying off the smallest debt first, regardless of interest rate, is so effective. It's not about optimizing math. It's about optimizing your brain. For thousands of years, our survival depended on immediate, tangible results. Your ancestors didn't worry about abstract future interest rates. They worried about catching that squirrel today. They worried about finding berries right now, a successful hunt, finding a safe cave, securing food. These were immediate, dopamine-inducing wins. These actions were reinforced. They kept us alive. Your caveman brain is still wired for this. It craves those quick victories. It thrives on seeing tangible progress. When you tackle a massive, long-term goals, our ancient wiring prioritizes immediate gratification and visible achievements. It's not a flaw. It's an evolutionary advantage, adapted for a different world. Society tells us, always pay the highest interest rate first. That's the smart, logical move. They preach pure mathematical optimization. But actually, your brain is begging for something else entirely. It craves momentum. It yearns for those small, consistent wins. You're not failing because you can't do the math. You're struggling because you're fighting against your own psychological architecture. Challenging this misconception is crucial. It's not about being irresponsible. It's about being effective. The debt snowball method, where you pay off the smallest debt first, then roll that payment into the next smallest, might seem mathematically inefficient, but psychologically, it's a genius move. It gives you quick wins. It builds momentum. It keeps you engaged. A 2019 study published in the Journal of Marketing Research showed that consumers who focused on reducing the number of debts they owed, rather than the total amount, were 35% more likely to stick to their repayment plans. It proves the power of psychological victories over pure financial logic. Let's dive deeper into what's happening. First, imagine juggling 5 credit cards, 2 student loans, a car payment, and a personal loan. Each has a different interest rate, due date, and minimum payment. This creates immense cognitive load. Your prefrontal cortex gets swamped. It's like having too many tabs open in your browser. This leads to decision fatigue. When your brain is exhausted from constantly calculating the best move, it defaults to avoidance or the path of least resistance, usually just paying minimums. Simplifying the process, like focusing on one small debt, reduces this fatigue dramatically. It frees up mental energy. Next, consider emotional patterns, especially shame and avoidance. Debt often comes wrapped in a heavy cloak of shame. You feel like you should know better. This shame triggers a powerful emotional response: avoidance. Instead of confronting the problem, your brain tries to protect you by ignoring it. You might avoid opening statements. You might push the thoughts away. This avoidance is a defense mechanism, but it only allows the problem to fester. Acknowledging the psychological burden is the first step to breaking free from this cycle. You must confront the discomfort. Finally, there's the Zeigarnik effect. This psychological phenomenon states that unfinished tasks stay in our memory and create mental tension. Each outstanding debt is an open loop in your mind. It's a constant, low-level stressor. Closing these loops, even tiny ones, provides immense satisfaction and relief. It's not just about the money saved. It's about the mental space regained. Imagine the relief of crossing off that smallest credit card. That feeling clears mental clutter. It gives you the psychological bandwidth to tackle the next challenge with renewed vigor. What this really says about you is powerful. You're not weak for wanting those small wins. You're intelligent. You're wired for progress, not paralysis. You understand the profound impact of momentum. Your brain is designed to respond to tangible results. That's a strength. You are responsive to tangible progress. You're not just chasing abstract numbers. You're building a foundation of success. You're wired for immediate reinforcement. This isn't a flaw. It's a powerful lever you can pull. You instinctively seek control and completion. That drive to close those open loops is a sign of resilience. You understand the power of momentum. You know that a rolling snowball turns into an avalanche. You are driven by psychological wins, not just abstract calculations. This means you can manipulate your own motivation. This is your superpower. Your brain isn't working against you. It's waiting for you to understand its language. Leverage its natural tendencies. Make it work for you. So, here's the summary. Paying off debt isn't just a math problem. It's a psychological battle. And your brain holds the key to victory. Understanding your brain's craving for dopamine, its fear of overwhelm, and its need for completion is your ultimate weapon. It's okay to prioritize those small wins. It's smart. It's strategic. It builds unstoppable momentum. If this resonated with you, start by listing every single debt you have, from smallest balance to largest. Don't think about interest rates yet. Just list them. Then, pick the absolute smallest one. Attack it with relentless focus. Every extra penny you find, throw it at that smallest debt. Get it done. Crush it. That first win will ignite a fire. That fire will burn down the rest. Small wins stack up. Go get it done. Master your mind. Master your mind. Master your life. No excuses. Get after it.